Hello everybody, Polis here, and today we're going to do our Five Nights at Freddy's free Theyre video, part 2. Now, Scott's Coffin's page has been changing a bit. We're going to be looking at Five Nights at Freddy's 3, the words, 30 years later, one left, and the message, they're watching us. Now, the theories around those are going to be based in the video, so let's start. The first words we're going to look at, they're watching us. Now, everyone's pointing the theory to Dark Bunny, or the ghost one, which is the picture right now. And that's what everyone's pointing to. Or the Purple Man. Now, obviously enough though, I think... Now, if you really think about it though, each of the characters from each of the Five Nights at Freddy's, particularly the second one, the old characters we know as Freddy Fazbear, Bunny the Bunny, Chica the Chicken, and Foxy the Pirate, were from Freddy Fazbear's Diner, and they came to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, but they were never used and just used for parts now. Then the new ones got scrapped after an incident, obviously the Bite of 87, and 5 children went missing and died. And obviously enough, 1993, we have the first game. Obviously though, 30 years later, I think it could be set in the future. But why saying they're watching us? If we add that in with 30 years later, one left. Now, animatronics have to get changed every 30 years, I think that's correct. Because the metal inside will rust away, they'll get old, the technology they have will be obsolete, and they'll kind of stink, you know. Whew. Doesn't help with the fuck dead children side. But yet again, another theory with the marionette though, like the marionettes put the children in the suits. Which I'm thinking. Now, obviously enough though, they're watching us. I think it could be Ghost Barney and the marionette, because the marionette is the puppet which thinks. Because when Phone Guy said it's always thinking that it can go anywhere, maybe that's what it means. They're watching us, Ghost Barney and the marionette, and the 5 children. But yet again, where's the 5th child? So maybe, I don't know, maybe the 5th child maybe survived and got away, or people believe the 5th child's been stuffed in the marionette. Now, that could be true, but the marionettes, think about it. You can't stuff a child in the marionette, it's too thin. And a child is a bit big for the marionette. The arms are not big, same with the legs and same with the body. The head's alright, but the neck. Yes, we've got animatronics, it's okay. But the question is, though, 30 years later, and one left, maybe, if you think about Freddy Fazbear, he's in pretty much perfect condition. The second one, he's a little bit damaged, but he's still alright. First one, he's perfectly perfect. Barney, the bunny, was completely screwed up in the second one. Same for Chica the Chicken, Foxy the Pirate, but Foxy's still bad, but it looks like he's been improved. So, if you really think about it, maybe it's 30 years later in the 21st century, 2015. Maybe that's what Scott's aiming for. That does make sense, as a matter of fact. Now, it is quite hard to really even think about. Now, one left. Maybe it's just one animatronic, but this animatronic is powerful, you know, it's strong. Maybe it's the 5th child, an animatronic we have never seen, and we have to survive 5 nights of hell through it. Maybe there's like one door, and then we only have one, you know, just like in the second one, we have the big door, but imagine just one, we're in like the CEO's office, or let's say, some kind of office. We see just one door, and we have to close it every time the character's there. Sometimes it'll appear, sometimes it won't. And hear noises from the left side of the room and the right, or underneath us, or on top. Or maybe there'll be a vent on top, we have to look up. Close the vent to make sure it's not there, and if we pull the camera up and pull it down, we get our neck snapped and basically killed. Now, I could say that if Scott was smart enough, I guess if you combine the whole idea with limited power and wearing the Freddy Fazbear suit, and basically using it as an advantage. But yet again, one left. I think it's the fifth child. Now, if Scott nails it good, he's already confirmed to the third one, so probably already in production. We'll just wait for an image or a video. He's probably already got the trailer ready. We don't know exactly. Oh yeah, just to say, if you check on Scott's site now, it says Merry Christmas. If you check the code in, taking a break, smiley face. So Scott's taking a break because it's getting near Christmas. So he's building up small hypes. He's making some small hypes, and the community's making it bigger. So yeah, yet again, I wish Scott Merry Christmas. So yeah, that's pretty good. Now, it's quite hard to really even think about it. Now, with this all information, we don't know what they point to. They're watching us. It could be the marionette, the ghost, Barney. It could be the old animatronics, which were always there. Maybe that's what it means. Maybe it's because of the old animatronics. They're always there, so they're always watching. That's actually making you think. I think it's pointed to the marionette, Ghost Barney, and the rest of the old characters from Freddy Fazbear's Diner. Because they're watching us. The guard. But how did they get into that state at Freddy Fazbear's Diner? Because they weren't possessed by children, and they weren't active until night 2. So maybe... So maybe night 1, the old animatronics are in a killing mood, then the day shift guy murdered 5 children, and we didn't hear about it until the 3rd night, or 3rd or 4th night. That's quite interesting, because then the 2nd night, I think it's the 2nd or 3rd night, the old ones are active, particularly with Foxy. Maybe that's why. Oh, good grief, I just opened a new can now. So, overall, they're watching us. It could be the Freddy Fazbear's Diner characters who were being possessed by the children on night 1, and then they woke up and then decided to kill the guard which murdered them. And probably the marionette as how the hell does that thing even get around? I don't see wires on top. Weird, isn't it? Or Ghost Barney. Makes you think. Now, another thing I am going to say is that 30 years later, one left. It's probably set in 2015, or probably the same year the second game was originally going to be released. And obviously enough, it's going to be set in a futuristic diner. One left, maybe it's just one animatronic, or just one animatronic who still have one of the children in, but the other 4 children who were free. Or maybe the Grim Reaper has finally found them. So here's my question for you guys. What do you think 30 years later, one left mean? And what's your theories about that? And what's your theories about their watching us, and who do you think it's aiming at? Also, do you think Scott would be smart enough to put in Grim Reaper in the game, seeing as the children's souls are possessed by the animatronics? Do you think they'll be reaped and be free? And number 4, do you think it'll be set in 2015, the 21st century, or... yeah, I think so. Or Freddy Fazbear's Diner? And question 5, when do you think we'll get our first image? So that's my question for you guys. Share, subscribe, like. I'm not far from 200, which is mind-blowing. But thanks for all the support, guys. You know, I really love it. Don't be afraid to say hi. I am on Twitter now, so I will leave down in the description. Go on Twitter, say hi, or follow it, keep me up to date, because don't be afraid, guys, I am here. So, I wish you a Merry Christmas. I will do some odd videos. I did say I was going to do some 2 Hail Christmas specials, but it looks like that's not going to happen. It's going to be a lot of work if I try to, so I may remove that video or not, but anyway. I wish you a Merry Christmas once again. There'll be some odd videos. I have done a foul rant, so you will see that on the channel. So thank you very much. Thanks for all the love and support. Check out the Twitter, subscribe, follow, and everything, and have a good year.